So welcome back to my channel. My name is Ryan James. I am an artist and general creative dog's body, and today we're going to be talking about the worst advice I ever got. Spoiler alert, it was follow your passion. So while I talk about that passion nonsense I ingested and maybe helping you figure out that too, I'm going to be going through this little quick sketch from me Inktober from my Inktober 2021 sketchbook, which isn't finished yet, but I'm determined to get them all done because it just weighs on me if I don't, but that's a whole other separate video. For today, we're talking exclusively about passion and how following this stupid advice ended up derailing my creative life by almost a decade. So, like many of you, I heard the words follow your passion, follow your bliss, pretty much my entire life. And what I got from that was the complete wrong lesson for me, which was if you follow your passion, you will become successful, you will get everything that you want. If you just work hard enough at your passion, then that's what you can achieve at. I saw passion as a signpost for success, and I couldn't have been more wrong. As I've grown up, I view passion very, very differently now, and I use this analogy, which I think I've used in a TikTok video before, but I'll share it with you here again. If you go out to a bar with your friends, just imagine yourself on a night out, like the proper ones back in your 20s, when you are all hammered, all dancing in some random bar somewhere. The friend in your friend group that is currently on the table somewhere, skirt over their head, screaming, laughing, the life and soul of the party. That is your passion. That is your passion in a person. Now, if you look at that person who is absolutely making you laugh to your core, are you going to put your entire future in their hands at that moment? The answer is no, because you're not stupid. Passion is meant to add joy and spice and all this kind of incredible enhancement to your experience on the planet. But that doesn't mean it's going to give you the success, the security, or anything that you are asking for in your life. I don't think passion is designed to be followed. Now, in this bar, behind the bar, serving the drinks, is the bored but hilariously astute barmaid. Now, she is your intuition. She is literally designed to be followed. She has wisdom, she has insight, she has big picture thinking. She has it all. It's there. So when it comes to following your passion, I don't think we should follow it. I think we should live with our passion, decorate our lives with our passion. It is the reason sometimes for infusing our work, infusing our art, infusing everything that we do. But by itself, using it as a measure never works. Well, rarely. You might get the unicorn now and again who wakes up and says, follow your passion, and their life has worked out perfectly. And that might be great, but a unicorn is not a template. They are there to be admired, they are there to inspire us, they are even there to point us towards our own passions in our lives. But be very wary of looking at someone else's journey and trying to copy or emulate it. And I know that's counterintuitive to a lot of what marketing people are trying to sell us, because they want us to, what do they call it? They call it modeling. Yeah, find someone who's already done it and deconstruct their journey. Well, that's their journey, and that's great, and it's wonderful, and yes, take inspiration from it, but you're on your own path. And that path should, I believe, include passion. But that path doesn't necessarily mean, or that passion doesn't necessarily mean that you are guaranteed any kind of success, any kind of acknowledgement. With passion, for me, passion is multitudinous. When I was in my 20s, my passion was clearly music, and I dedicated 15 years of my life to it, and I believed all the things people told me. I believed that my passion was my purpose. I believed that my passion was an indicator of my destiny. I believed that my passion was something that was part of my gift to the world. And all of these things are no surprise to you when I say them, but they're not it's wrong. Your vocation and your passion can be very, very separate things, and they are for me, and they will be for many of you. Now, what I did was when my passion wasn't evolving into this massive success, this career that I really wanted, I did what any rational person would do in that situation, which was work harder. I just knuckled down, and I did it to the point of where I broke myself. No word of a lie, I literally got to the point where I was gigging on stage and counting members of the audience to hope I break even financially, which rarely happens. And if you're an acoustic musician, you understand. I'd lost all joy in it. It became something very, very dark. And in the end, I woke up one day and my entire passion and everything connecting to me to creativity had gone. And it was just like waking up after being hollowed out. It was not a good experience. I do not recommend. And it has taken me nearly another decade to get myself back to really actively creating, being brave enough to share again, because I had to unpack and deal with the shame of failure, quote unquote, and the shame of, I told everybody this is what I'm going to do, this is my life, and then having to go back and just pick up the pieces of all of that. It was not fun. Now, I am back making music, and I am in the middle of recording a new album, and I'm re-recording my last one, and I've got tons of songs and tons of ideas, and it's still something that deeply connects me to this idea of passion, which for me is an open door to the idea of potential. When I am in my passion, anything is possible. I am in deep, deep flow, and that opened doors to many other things. Art, for instance. And now I've always done art, I've always drawn, but it was never this huge, deep passion for me. But during my time of healing my relationship with music, which meant putting it down for a good 5-6 years, I had to do something creative. I had to keep my hands busy. So I went back to art. I did an illustration degree back in the day, never quite finished it, but I just went back to that skill set and tried to relearn and teach myself. I went back to writing. So I've got a few novels under my belt now, so the time wasn't necessarily wasted, but I had to put my creative focus somewhere else just to get back on my feet in terms of my relationship to passion. And that is something that I actually am, I'd say about 90% of the way there at the moment. I'm not completely there, there's no point in lying, and I kind of want to be honest with everybody that there are still days where I feel I think isolated might be the right word, lonely within my own creativity, disconnected from it. There is sometimes this lack of flavor. But that's only when I go through phases where I don't work on music. My passion informs the rest of my creativity, and my passion has evolved. And that's another thing I want to make. When you're young, your passion can fill a young heart, but as you grow, your heart grows. So you need a bigger, richer, more elaborate flavor and construct of passion to fill the heart of who you are right now. So if you're in a space where you feel completely disconnected from your passion, that's okay. You've just grown to a place bigger than the passion that you currently had. And that doesn't mean that you have to put down the thing that brought you there. You just have to view it in a different way. And I view music differently now. I view art differently now. I view creativity and writing and everything differently now. And I don't follow it. What I follow is my intuition. And when I get a really passionate idea, I now run it past my intuition, whether it's something to really embrace, whether it's something fleeting, whether it's something that's a hobby, whether it's something I just want to play in, or whether I just want to enjoy having the idea. Not every idea that crosses your mind has to be turned into something. And that's also something I learned a little bit too late. But like I said, it derailed about my relationship with passion, and my misunderstanding of it derailed about 10 years of my creativity in terms of the pressure I put on myself. The judgment I had for myself was astronomical. That could be a whole separate vlog. But when it comes to passion now, I actually live alongside it. I wake up every day and I do something creative every morning, and I enjoy making music. I try to put something creative musically together. I have a Friday afternoon where I can just sit. I practice throughout the week music, but I sit on a Friday afternoon and I finish any song I'm working on and I try to record it. I'm not brave enough to put them back up on my music channel just yet, but it is coming along quite nicely and I can't wait to share all of that stuff with you. But for now, I have let my passion inform what I'm creating, and that's part of this art. Creating, making vlogs, connecting with people, finding my tribe, the whole thing. So, like I said, if you find yourself being without passion, then let yourself grow into what the passion has naturally grown into. You have to almost catch up with yourself, but please go gently. I should also probably let you know what this drawing is about. It's a Inktober prompt called, I think, Wheels, something, Wicked Wheels. So I took the wheel of like a hamster wheel, turned it into a rat, and put all these things around it. It's just a quick pencil sketch. I didn't use anything fancy, but yeah, that's kind of where the idea and inspiration for this sketch came from. Well, I hope that helped a little, and I hoped it cleared up a few things. It took a while for me to really understand what following that advice had done to me, and unpacking all of that, it took a minute. But as for the drawing itself, I think it came out okay, and I'm probably not going to be selling it because people don't tend to want to buy my pencil drawings. I don't know why. If you think you'd like to purchase one, let me know and I could scan it in and maybe sell some A5 prints or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm still fairly new to the whole pencil portrait selling thing. But either way, anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thank you again for tuning in. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I shall see you all next week.